You have a history of lying to your professional colleagues, don't you?
That's not true, Senator.
You never heard of that before?
If there were a formal complaint, that, as I said, I had not known about that.
Okay. Ritz, you are a political activist, aren't you?
I would not consider myself that at all, Senator.
Okay. When you were sworn in as U.S. Attorney, you gave a speech, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. Here's what you said. I'm going to quote from your speech. But you should know that justice for me is about more than putting people in prison. For me, it's also about who votes and how hard it is to cast that vote. It's about where pipelines go. It's about where bus routes go. Justice is about whether people in all zip codes can get a loan, whether women have access to health care, whether citizens have affordable housing or clean drinking water. Sometimes those are Department of Justice issues. Sometimes they are not. But for me, they're all justice issues. Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, Senator.
Welcome back to Liberty Trigger, where we say what the mainstream media won't. Today, we're breaking down one of the most powerful Senate moments of the year, Senator John Kennedy's grilling of DOJ nominee Henry Ritz. It wasn't just a hearing. It was a truth test, and Ritz failed it. Kennedy started calm and collected, asking simple, direct questions. But right away, Ritz looked nervous. Kennedy asked if he was a political activist. Ritz denied it, but Kennedy came prepared, reading from Ritz's own speech, a speech that tied justice to partisan issues like voting rights, housing, and clean water. That's not the Department of Justice's job. Justice is supposed to be blind, not a political crusade. Then came the Tennessee flag moment. Kennedy asked Ritz if he removed the Tennessee state flag from his conference room. Ritz admitted he did.
Did you really remove the Tennessee state flag from your conference room?
Senator, I appreciate you asking about this again. As the chief federal law enforcement...
Welcome. Did you do it?
So I felt it was fundamentally inappropriate when I gave press conferences and similar statements to the public to indicate or suggest somehow that I spoke for the state, which I don't under our system of federalism.
Are you embarrassed to be from Tennessee?
Not at all, Senator. I am from Tennessee, grew up as a public school kid in Tennessee.
But you were embarrassed to have the Tennessee flag.
That's not it at all, Senator.
You have a history of lying to your professional colleagues, don't you?
That's not true, Senator.
Okay. Do you know a former public defender named Stephen Shankman?
I knew him to a degree. I'm not sure we ever had any cases together. I knew who he was, yes.
Well, in a private email, not meant for public consumption, to another one of your professional colleagues, this is what Mr. Shankman said, talking about your lying. He said, "It is unfortunate that this is not the first, second, third, or whatever occasion that this sort of thing has occurred. But everyone should be aware of this unfortunate pattern of behavior. You should be aware," he said to the other lawyer, before the other lawyer dealt with you. "Your client should be aware, and you should proceed with extreme caution." Was Mr. Shankman lying?
To the degree he suggested that I acted unethically, that was not accurate, and it wasn't in any occasion, much less on numerous occasions.
Okay, let's talk about this case, United States v. Von Rico Weber, which you claim to not remember. But before I do that, a few seconds ago, you lied to Senator Hawley, didn't you?
I'm under oath, Senator. I did not lie.
You said you have no knowledge of any complaint, professional complaint made against you, didn't you?
I said I have no knowledge of any sort of formal complaint, and he read from a letter that I don't believe I ever saw.
And you were shocked. You
If
never heard of that before.
If there were a formal complaint, that, as I said, I had not known about that.
Okay. You were amazed.
I don't recall any of that.
Any?
I recall this Mr. Weber's
You have
case.
amnesia about it.
Again, I am unaware of any formal complaint or investigation. Certainly was not,
You believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Senator, I don't.
You believe in the Easter Bunny? Now, in this case, United States v. Von Rico Weber, you lied to the defense counsel. And the defense counsel then had to go before the court and withdraw a plea for his counsel. And a complaint was filed, about which you apparently have amnesia. And the Justice Department replaced you. And the lawyer from the Justice Department who replaced you, this is what the lawyer said. The new attorney said about you. Said these allegations against Mr. Ritz are, quote, serious. And it is taken so seriously, referring to the Department of Justice, by our office. That is one of the reasons I'm here, and Mr. Ritz will be more than likely be taken off this case because of those allegations. End quote. You lied to Senator Hawley, didn't you?
I didn't lie to the defense counsel in that case. I didn't lie today, Senator.
Now, my good friend Senator Ossoff asked you if you'd follow the law. And you said, yeah. But if you're lying to us today, we're stuck with you, aren't we?
Senator, I have not lied and did not lie in that case.
You just have amnesia.
I did not lie in that case. There was a written plea agreement with the entire agreement of the parties.
If you believe that, you believe Elvis is alive and running a small bait stand on Lake Erie. Shame on you.
Saying he didn't want to appear to represent the state. That excuse says everything about what's wrong in Washington today. We've got officials so scared of offending someone that they'll strip away their own identity. Kennedy hit back. Are you embarrassed to be from Tennessee? Ritz said no, but the truth was already out. His actions showed otherwise. Then came the bombshell. Kennedy accused Ritz of having a history of lying to colleagues. He cited an email from a respected public defender warning others to proceed with extreme caution when dealing with him. Ritz denied it all, said he didn't recall, said he never knew about any complaints. The same old Washington answer, pretend you don't remember. But Kennedy wasn't buying it. That's when Kennedy brought up the U.S. v. Von Rico Weber case. He said Ritz lied to defense counsel, got removed from the case, and triggered a DOJ complaint. And Ritz? He said he didn't remember that either. That's when Kennedy delivered a line heard across America. If you believe that, you believe Elvis is alive and running a bait stand on Lake Erie. Brutal, honest, and exactly what the country needed to hear. This wasn't about politics. It was about truth. It was about integrity. Senator Kennedy did what every American wishes more leaders would do. He stood up to a nominee who couldn't give straight answers. And while the media called him harsh, let's be real, holding people accountable isn't harsh. It's leadership. The Department of Justice isn't supposed to serve one party. It's supposed to serve the law. But when nominees like Ritz twist the meaning of justice to fit an agenda, that's when we lose trust in our institutions. Kennedy saw that, and he made sure America saw it too. So, was Senator Kennedy too tough? Not a chance. He did exactly what needed to be done, asked the hard questions, and demanded real answers. Because when someone's under oath and wants to wield that much power, I don't recall just doesn't cut it. Kennedy reminded us that truth still matters, that integrity still matters, and that being proud of your state, your country, and your values isn't something to apologize for. That's what patriotism looks like. So, patriots, if you believe in truth and accountability, hit that like button, share this message, and keep standing strong. Because as long as there are men like Senator Kennedy in Washington, there's still hope for American justice. God bless Senator Kennedy, and God bless the United States of America.